Hello and welcome to another episode of Bangers and Mosh, the podcast that comes to you from behind the crooked cross. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Daz.
I'm Defa.
Get it behind the crooked cross, Easter, innit?
Yeah, Easter
Good,
Yes.
time, baby.
Good Friday.
Great Friday.
Mate, it's a great Friday, isn't it? Because normally we cover 12,
Fucking
mate, normally we cover 12 episodes, 12 albums on these episodes. We've got like
yep.
140, I think it was the last time I counted, records on
Yeah.
this.
Ridiculous.
Absolute bumper edition, mate, this, isn't it?
We all have a
Yeah.
bumper edition.
We do, man. March was a bumper month. Like, I won't lie, I was scared for a minute that we weren't going to be able to. I've
We had to
cope with it.
seriously think how we were going to fit all these albums into, well, not, I mean, not even sort of two shot. We probably had enough for three, man. It's that, I mean, that's serious. And I mean, I think over the 5 years, I mean, that is probably the first time we thought, you know what, we might have to do a whole fucking month to round up the month.
Mate, there comes a point where, as a manager, you've just got to make big decisions and drop someone, haven't you? Because
Yeah.
you can't do
Yeah.
3-part like roundup show. It'd be
No, you
ridiculous.
can't, exactly.
Um, and because it's Easter and all that, lads, right? Lent. I've decided there's way too much swearing on this podcast, so I'm giving up swearing for Lent. So today, I will not be dropping any swear words whatsoever. Okay.
Okay.
And if one accidentally comes out, I'll add an extra £5 to my whip money for Bloodstock. Okay, so that's the
Oh,
Please
nice.
don't give me that ultimatum because there'll be about 6 grand in the pot, man.
you don't have to, mate, but I'm going to. Just far too much foul language goes on here, and
Yeah.
if
I,
Jesus,
I,
Someone think of the kids,
yeah, won't someone think of the children, Daz?
won't they?
And this
And
is
Jesus.
a holy day, Good Friday, so we'll have none of
Mm.
it. Right then, lads, let's crack into the records then. First album, we're off to the USA for the second album from Combust. It's called Belly of the Beast. And this came out on the 7th of March on Triple B. I feel like, lads, like with this, Drain, Speed, Missing Link, Gridiron, like we've really been blessed with some sick new hardcore over the last couple of years.
oh God, yeah, man.
Yeah, this year's going to be no different either. I feel that there's going to be quite a few hardcore records that will be quite high on the list this year.
Oh,
And it's
goodness.
and it's nice. There's like an eclectic mix of hardcore. It's not the same style hardcore every album. You know what I mean? There's a
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, yeah.
There's different rate, and this
It's
band in
very
particular.
diverse.
Yeah, oh, yeah, and this album is very. It's if you're a hardcore fan, this has got everything a hardcore fan would want in a hardcore
Oh,
record.
Oh,
You know
absolutely,
what I
man.
this
mean?
is a sensational album, mate. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a
Yeah.
massive step up from the debut.
Oh, agreed. Like
Big
it's
step.
riff heavy, metallic, bouncy New York hardcore, isn't it?
I think
Yeah.
there's nothing better than metallic hardcore, man.
I don't. I
It's a
think you're right.
Yeah.
fucking great. It's so good, man.
With that bounce as well that this has
Oh,
got,
there's
like,
so much bounce on here, man.
yeah, more bounce than Zebedee, man, this album. Like, and like 12 tracks in 30 minutes. I've played this over and over
Yeah.
again, this record. Like, it's
Same.
so catchy, so infectious.
Yeah.
It's sunshine hardcore, isn't it?
It is, definitely, it
It's
is.
sunshine hardcore.
I
This.
think that what sets this record apart and this band apart from a lot of their contemporaries is the fact that the heart and soul that kind of radiates throughout this album is kind of like undeniable. And it's
Yeah.
the same with like you kind of know that it's got that unmistakable, unapologetic New York like swagger to it. You know, like you know they're from New York. Like it's got
Oh,
that
yeah.
identity stamped all over it.
Yeah.
But they don't sound like every other band, you know?
No,
Like
No.
Incendiary doesn't sound like Combust.
no, I agree, mate. Like, there's little nods on here, isn't there? Like, if you listen to Distorted Dreams, that's like a prime 90s Sick of It All track.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah,
like just doffing their cap to like the legends of that scene, and but doing it in a fresh, like, exciting way.
yeah, we're talking about dopping the cap or whatever to legends, mate. They've got, you know, Danny Diablo on Crown of Thorns.
Yep.
You know, they got rapper Rome Streets on Tiger Style, and they've got Rory O'Neill of Imposter on Our Own Breed. So they kind of like, you know, the supremely influential 90s New York hardcore
That's
is
it.
fully being repped, mate,
That's it, mate.
within this album.
Jay
And you know,
Mindforce is on this. Scott
Yeah.
Vogel as well.
oh, Vogel, mate, yeah, Paid with Pain, fucking so sick. What a great fucking track
Such a
name as
tune,
well.
isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And you know when Vogel's just like, oh, this is one of my favorite new hardcore bands that like you
what?
better listen
Yeah, yeah. You better listen,
to the
man.
king.
Yeah. Talking of vocalists, mate, Andrew Vacant has got that unmistakable New York hardcore tone and swagger to his
Mm,
vocals, and he's such a like vocal performance full of like personality.
It's like
yes.
it's almost like a chant, isn't it? But it's done in a way that only he can do, or majority of hardcore vocalists can do.
He spits
So
those lyrics, mate, doesn't he?
Oh, I
spits
love
them
it,
out,
mate.
mate.
It's like
I
what Zeph
love it.
said earlier. You know what I mean? Like it's so the scene in hardcore right now is booming. It is absolutely unbelievable. And as you said, Def, like everything, there's such a like massive like diversity. Like I mean, I don't know whether you can call Turnstile hardcore anymore, but you know, as an example, one end of the spectrum, and then you know, you got
Yeah, this
fucking
has those sort of
Combust and stuff.
turnstile-y moments in it, but it
Yeah.
does stay true to its roots,
Mm.
this
Yeah.
album. But
We love a bit of New York hardcore around here, don't we?
Oh,
Fucking hell.
goodness me, don't we?
Oh,
yeah, mate.
goodness me.
A
Well,
firm, mate.
wonder what Biohazard will be bringing later this year.
Oh, so exciting, man. Like, that's the thing, isn't it? It's not just the like the new boys, the old guard are still like dropping brilliant records as well. So,
I have no doubt in my mind that like bands like Combust and Incendiary and you know some of the much newer bands like you mentioned earlier, Jim, probably helped, you know, Biohazard's decision to be like, well, you know what, like this is fucking pretty sick, in it? Like maybe we should get back at it.
Well,
it's
yeah,
Friday.
and
What a time.
yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
If the scene is still in a good state of mind, why not come back? You know what I mean? The
Mm,
OGs, you know what I mean? Have some of that,
yeah,
celebration of this genre.
reinvigorated,
Yeah,
mate.
exactly, mate. Yeah.
Exactly. And they played a new song when I saw them recently, with Life of Agony, and let me tell you, it is a banger. So,
Oh,
mate,
Shock.
exciting.
mm.
Yeah, a really flipping cool, fun record. This in like in in every way. If you like hardcore, you absolutely must get on this. Combust, Belly of the Beast is the record. Right then, staying in USA for the second album. This is the debut from Corpus Offal, self-titled. Came out on the 21st of March on 20 buck spin. So from the ashes of Cerebral Rot comes Corpus Offal. That was a bit of a shock one, wasn't it, when Cerebral Rot called it a day?
It, I think,
You got
you
sorry,
know,
mate?
I said I think it was.
Yeah,
Um,
Two great
I don't know where it came
albums
from.
come off the back of two really, really good albums. And that last album was fucking fantastic.
yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, but like, don't worry, because it's no surprise that this album is rancid, foul,
Exactly like
putrid,
Awful is. Exactly, yeah. It's the
death
perfect
metal.
name from
Yeah,
the band, man.
Well, it's
yeah,
almost
yeah,
like they never went away.
Yeah,
Really, this is like a
I think this is hard.
organic, like it's a real organic extension of Cerebral Rot
yeah. I agree.
Done
with like
dirtier.
added, yeah, and there's like a lot
Done
of added.
dirtier.
There's a lot of added flair in here as well. Like the bass
Mm.
on the tracks is just going. You know, I don't know whether it's a fretless bass. It kind of sounds like it might be like, and it's just kind of,
It's
you know, like
really
just doing,
prominent, isn't it?
yeah, and it's you know, doing some real sort of bits in it,
Yeah,
the
interesting.
bass.
Yeah, it's not just there holding down the low end. It's like a lead instrument, isn't it,
Yeah,
on this
like a
record?
lead instrument. Yeah, yeah, I thought that was really really wicked.
So I feel like as well, like they've their songwriting approach, they've really stretched the songs out to allow the band to like fully explore all these avenues that they want to take you down. Um, because it's like 7 tracks, it's 49 minutes, so it's quite a long record for this style, but dare I say, a little bit proggy in places. Like
Mhm.
it doesn't feel like it outstays its welcomes because the songs are so like
They have
interesting.
they have breaks in the songs at the perfect times, isn't it? They
Yeah,
have these
yeah,
little interlude parts. like Dad said, there's these bass parts in it that come in. It's like they're showcasing, you know, don't worry that Cerebral Rot have gone. You know what I mean? We've got this cover. And you know, I admire bands that try to extend, you know what I mean, their sound and still have it sounding really good, like this album is.
Yeah, man. Like this isn't just like caveman death metal, is it? Like the songs twist and writhe through
Very
different
technical.
passages
Yeah,
and
very
tempos. Yeah,
technical. Yeah, yeah.
it is, man. It caught me off guard because you know when you go into a record expecting sort of one thing,
Mm.
Just yeah.
and it isn't that.
No.
I mean, I will say the production on this album's the production that I kind of always wanted for Cerebral Rot. I think for me personally, like one of the things that kind of let that down for me as a project was the production. You know, I got used to it, but I prefer the production on this.
Oh, that's the production on it is fantastic. Like it was produced and mixed by Billy Anderson, who's worked with the Melvins, Sleep, Bell Witch. So like,
They know how to do good like sounding albums, man. Yeah.
man, he's worked with some, you know, some giants of that like extreme metal, avant-garde sort of world. So it's got a real like clarity to it, despite being so down-tuned and gross. It's you can hear everything that's going on. And it's got like a really beefy sound to it. This record, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's massive clump of steak. This
Yeah,
on the plate.
I really like this album now, man. Like it, the
It's
first listen, I was like, oh, it's a bit long, isn't it?
it takes a while to get your head around, mate, honestly, because like I think we are probably guilty of look, we listen to so much music
Yeah,
that and I think this came out on a weekend where we were all buzzing for Cradle of Filth.
yep,
And you know that sometimes stuff takes precedence on it
yeah,
over this.
Well, I think when if it's a longer album, you want it to hit straight away because you're thinking if it doesn't hit in those first 3-4 minutes, is it going to hit on minute 49? Am I going to be sitting here thinking, "Fucking hell, I've wasted my time here doing it"? I think we think too much into that when we see an album over, say, the 45-minute mark. It's
yeah. It's true.
I think we don't do ourselves justice with that. We sort of think, oh fucking hell, it's 49 minutes,
Don't do
bottom
yourself
of the
any
pile
favors,
to
mate,
listen.
innit? Like,
We
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
think we make it worse than what it is. But yeah, I would happily listen to this again and
I,
again and again because it's
yeah,
you just find these little moments, new parts in it.
that's it. I think the thing is with this album is you just kind of like, oh, Cerebral Rot, like sort of off spawn. You kind of know what you're going to get it. I'll just whack it on. But like you actually have to sit down and listen to this because when I
yes,
actually sat down and like put my full attention on it, I was like, fuck me, this is sick, mate. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like there's some real cool stuff going on in this
yep,
album that you weren't expecting.
yeah. And you're not going to
And
get that with a background listen, are you?
exactly, and who
No.
knew that the geezer from Bellwitch could fucking play the drums at a fast pace? I mean, fuck me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't believe when I saw it. I thought, nah, there got to be another belt. It got to be. But fair fucking play,
He's
man.
in autophagy
No.
as well, isn't he?
Yes, he's very
Do
talented, mate.
vocals
Very,
now, yeah.
very talented, mate.
Just quickly on the vocals as well. Ian Schwab's vocals in it. I love that, like
Sick.
sickly,
Yeah.
uneasy, where the slime live kind of
Dirty,
It's
feel to
that
them.
gurgle, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a classic gurgle. Yeah, it's great.
It's so good, man. And there's really cool lead work on here as well, and the lead work is essential for me in this
Yes,
style of death metal.
yes.
If it doesn't have it, mate,
Something's got to stick in it, and
yes,
it's got to be the leads. It's the
yeah,
only
yeah,
thing that can stick.
yeah. But it's a really, really cool record. This, like,
Yeah.
yeah, Cerebral Rock going was a shame, but
Corpus
Corpus
Offal
Offal,
are here, man. They're here.
yeah, and I think this is going to do more.
Way
This has
more
got,
strings to the bow,
I think
mate.
so. Yeah, I think so.
Way
Absolutely.
more.
yeah. So yeah, that's the debut album, self-titled from Corpus Offal. Right then, we're coming home, lads, to England
Oh,
for the
Here we go.
14th album
Jesus
from
Christ.
Cradle of Filth called The Screaming of the Valkyries. This came out on the 21st of March on Napalm Records. Is that how a Valkyrie sounds, Daz, when it's
Nah,
screamed?
it's just like a fucking demented seagull, mate.
You've been living on the coast too long, mate. You
Yeah,
have.
that's it, mate. Oh god, yeah, I have. Torment me.
Dude, so like the run of the last three Cradle albums has been amongst the strongest of their career. Well, you can make that the last four now because I think this is the best of the last four.
I
I
agree.
think this is their
I agree.
strongest.
I was when you boys listened to this one before me. and you were saying how much it was better than the last, and that last album for me was nearly out. It was nearly an album of the year,
I remember, mate. Yeah, yeah.
and I was like, nah, I can't see it. I love Cradle of Filth, but I can't see it. But I don't. How can you do 14 albums and still sound fresh?
I know,
It
man.
still sound fresh. It's Cradle like we know them, but with added flavors. And you think over the
Mm.
years, they're still adding in these things that make you think, oh my God, I didn't know Cradle of Filth could do that.
Yep. Yeah, boy.
I mean, I wonder who the like, I know obviously Danny's probably the biggest, uh, cog in the machine, perhaps, but like, I wonder who does like brainstorm all these sort of ideas because,
Well, do you know what's really cool, Daz? That I thought, like, he gets a bit of a kicking for constantly, refreshing the lineup, changing the lineup, whatever. But that's what keeps. I think that's what keeps them
Yeah, I
fresh
agree.
and exciting. Like, look at Death and Chuck Schuldiner.
yeah, I
He,
mean,
he was
exactly.
he was refreshing the lineup all the time, and it kept them. It must keep him on his toes, working with new people. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because
New
every album
like,
had that little identity from those members that were added, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's got. It'd be really interesting to chat to him about that, about who brings the
Yeah.
riff ideas in, who brings the arrangement ideas in, and stuff like that. And do they get passed around the band? Do everyone chip in and stuff? But
Mm.
like for me, like this album really takes me back to like Dusk, Cruelty, Midian period,
Yeah.
Yes.
like
Yeah.
that classic. The songs really are that good on this record.
Yeah. I just think that I don't know. There was some fucking weird shit being said about this album. It drove me fucking potty, mate. But
That's Let me just touch on it because we were shocked. The amount of people who were saying they were surprised with or at how good this was, or like that they hadn't bothered with Cradle before this, but they loved this record. It seemed kind of mad to me how 14 albums in, you're just picking up on this, or just had you not listened to the last 3 or 4 albums? I
Exactly.
well,
don't
that I assumed that would be the case, but even then, like they haven't changed their core sound
know
really
for
at all, have
since
they?
the
I mean, it's
90s.
still this is still Cradle of Filth. It's like 3 decades of the same thing. If you're surprised, I don't know where you've
Yeah,
been, but
I was kind of
uh,
shocked at that.
oh mate, but like, look, being my stoic mentor when I'm like, I'm like,
Bollocks.
yeah, because I'm
That's
like,
a fiver to the
well,
pot.
I'm like absolutely losing the plot in the group chat, mate. Like Jim's just like, you need to just chill, just don't worry about these people's opinions and
Listen,
that. But like,
It's all
you
about
can't,
our opinions,
yeah,
mate.
but
what would Marcus
you
Aurelius say?
can't, but you can't call this like a pop record, can you? Like, it's
Oh
not
no, I
gothic
get.
pop or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they're not playing arenas and
I
stuff.
mean,
Like, it's just madness. You're a madman.
you've got the slickest thrash riff, and that's in To Live
Oh my god.
Deliciously. To kick
Oh,
in, mate.
Yeah,
that's the
It just
start.
kicks in. It's fucking Slayer, mate.
Yeah.
It's Slayer of Filth. And that is literally within 30 seconds. And it's like, right, done. There we go.
Trinity of Shadows is probably one of what Jim said. Easily one of the best songs they've written in the
Gallops,
last
mate.
sort of 25
Yeah,
years.
it's the
yeah,
best song Iron Maiden have written in the last 20 odd
yeah,
years, Daz.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
yeah. It,
like a classic era Maiden song, that.
yes, yeah.
It's a brilliant, brilliant piece of songwriting, that record.
And
Yep.
we've been talking about breakdowns over the
Oh,
last sort of
oh,
week or so.
mate, dude.
You Are My Nautilus
Yes,
is the
mate.
laugh out loud moment on the album.
Yes.
When it comes in halfway through, I cannot explain how many times I've listened to
Mate,
that
he does
breakdown.
like a super deep growl as well. Like, it's
Yes!
so sick. I was just like, oh my God,
That
mate.
breakdown riff is just so fucking good, man.
Mate,
And it's,
I need to see people in badger paint, like fucking, karate chopping people in the
mate,
pit.
that
Like,
is
I
a
want to see a
karate
pit
chop
open
pit.
up
That is a
and some
karate
windmills,
chopping pit, mate.
some
Yeah.
spin kicks better be being dished out.
Incredible, mate. Incredible.
Yeah,
Oh,
boy. You've just
what?
touched. Sorry,
Go
Daz,
on.
go on. No, go on, mate.
I was going to say White Hellebore as well. Like, it's just
Yeah.
so memorable. Like,
That's the thing about this record, Daz. All of it is completely memorable, and
yes.
the songs stick with you, and you're in your head, aren't they? Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
They're in your head, and there's just no weak song. I mean, they
no.
finish off when Misery was a Strangers is a masterpiece. That Ex Sanguine Draculae track 8, the second to last track, amazing. Like,
Yep.
it's all. Oh, when you said they were doing a new album, like already writing, because I was so stoked. You got to keep striking when the iron's
Yeah,
hot.
agree, mate. Well, like
You
you
know.
just said, that like it doesn't get like it sounds mad to say a 56-minute album is tight and precise, but you know, Existence is Futile was like an hour and 15 or something, I think. So the
Mm,
fact that they trimmed off a bit and kept this at 9 minutes, like 9 tracks, like though in the mold of those early classics, it makes this album feel like it just goes, and you just want to
yeah,
play it again and again and again.
yeah. There's no way that it feels like 56 minutes.
No, no,
No way. It
no way.
flows so good.
Yeah.
I
You
mean, they're
touched
going
on
for
it, Daz. Sorry, mate, quickly. Danny's vocals, they're as strong as they've. He sounds sensational on this record. And I think we'll be looking back at him as being one of the best vocalists heavy music has ever had at some point.
oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
You know, just
The pitch he has, mate. It's iconic. It's
he can
still
do so
majestic.
much stuff, can't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And those
All of it.
deeps as well. Those
The
deep
deeps are
death metal
so
growls
good,
now.
mate. Yeah.
Like, oh, what the hell? And like, how old is he now? Like,
Must be late 40s.
probably late
Yeah,
40s, isn't it?
yeah, Birmingham, yeah, 5 years older than us, Jim. Got
Yeah,
ish.
I would say so, mate. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
he's an icon, mate, and he
he
will,
is.
you know, he's more than cemented his place in, you know, metal, extreme metal history,
Absolutely agree. He's
not just in the country but the
51.
world. Fucking
51,
hell,
yeah. He's
he
still got
sounds
it.
phenomenal, man. It's crazy, and like, you know, what he's doing must take a toll. You know, those real highs that he does like
I think, mate,
hurt my
that's
throat, and I'm not doing them.
really work. He, you know, worked on that technique over the years and like looking after yourself, don't you, and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah, phenomenal, man. Like Scott Atkins' production on here is flawless as well. Like everything on here,
He's been on there.
pristine, powerful.
He's been on there since Godspeed, isn't it? He's been
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he was in Stamping Ground, so he knows a riffle free. And there's a fucking more than a riffle free on this album, mate.
Oh yeah,
Clarity, what I mean, product. I think it's one of the best sounding Cradle of Filth albums.
yeah, me too.
It sounds on the headphones. This sounds incredible, man. You can turn it up loud. Everything sounds so crisp,
Yeah, I can't get enough of this record, lads.
mate.
Honestly, like
It's Cradle. We love Cradle of Filth, mate, but this they've just excelled themselves again, and they keep
Shout
doing it.
shout out Dan Goldsworthy for the layout as well. I
Yeah.
looked through that.
yes,
Beautiful.
Dan.
Yeah,
Yeah, good
as
work, mate.
always,
It's
as
great. Yeah,
always.
great bit
Yeah.
of work from Dan.
Yeah, yeah. What? I
Hey,
just
Dan.
yeah, hey Dan. Just a stunning album, man. Like
Yeah,
I cannot recommend this. If like those people who were saying that you've not heard Cradle of Filth before, you've not bothered with them,
Jesus.
please do yourself a favor because you've got one of the best discographies in metal
Yes,
to
Yeah.
to dive
Yeah.
into. But start with this record because it's stunning. Yeah, the Screaming of the Valkyries, Cradle of Filth. Right, next album then, boys. We're off to the Netherlands for the second album from Cryptosis called Celestial Death. This came out on the 7th of March on Century Media. So we were big fans of Bionic Swarm, their last record. That was 2021.
2021. Yeah.
Man. I think they've leveled up on this one, man.
Oh my god, mate, they have.
Yeah, futuristic proggy space thrash.
Yes, perfect.
I honestly, how a three-piece band create a sound this immersive is, I can't get my head around it.
I don't know. They're heavier. There's more depth to it. It's more complex.
The songs are better.
It's more cinematic atmosphere about it. It's more technical.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Unbelievable, man, this record. Brilliantly creative guitar playing. Like the riffs, there's a riff in the chorus, I think Static Horizon, that's
Yes.
so unique sounding. Like
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
don't
How,
really
you know, how
hear.
how have you made that sound?
Yeah, and that's one guy, man. That's
Mate, it's-
Lawrence, isn't it?
yeah, Lawrence. Yeah, yeah.
The fact that he plays
And
guitar
sings.
while he's singing
It's
is
I don't, yeah, that is the ultimate talent, mate.
it's nuts, isn't it? Like Nate said when we chatted to him the other day,
Yeah.
playing guitar and singing sucks, right? But this guy just makes it look like
Yes.
he's got a vocal delivery depth. It reminds me, he's like a cross between Joe Duplantier and
Yeah.
Martin Van Drunen. If you
Perfect.
combine those two, he's got like the power of Joe Duplantier, but he's got that death metal like,
Swag.
yeah, Van Drunen.
Yeah.
Incredible, man. Like you said as well, Dev, the synths are really prominent on this. Like,
I mean, just from the opening track, there's that symphonic sonic boom of
Yeah,
energy
yeah.
and it just maintains that sort of symphonic edge throughout the album.
It's like a Dolby surround sound record. Like, do you know what I
Fucking,
mean?
but
Like,
yes,
but
yes,
like you get a feeling of impending doom throughout the
yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah,
record, don't you?
yeah,
Like you're about to crash into a planet somewhere. Um, Ascending is an absolute stunner of a track.
yeah,
Like that hushed chorus part is such an earworm, man. I love that track. And there's a track in between realities, Death. It's got like a little prodigy like synth effect on it. Like it
yes,
sounds like Liam Howlett's guesting on that track.
yeah, yeah,
It's so sick, man. When that little like synth, I was like, oh, is this the Prodigy experience has just come on or something like. But man, this band have created an identity and a sound over 2 albums that's so immersive. Like, I think they're one of the best thrash adjacent bands anywhere right now.
yeah.
C- Can I so I haven't actually done this album. But I will say that the yeah, I know, right? I know. But I will say that, like, for a band that's like on their second album, I mean, what was that? When COVID happened and they did that live thing,
Yeah, that live
Yes.
stream. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of the
for a
album.
band that are only 2 albums in, well, that about at the time it was one. There was one album in. That live show and production was absolutely phenomenal.
It was
Yeah.
mind blowing, mate,
Well
wasn't it?
ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were on the ball like very early doors.
They had a vision early, Daz, and
Yes.
they knew. But trust me, mate, like, if you thought Bionic Swarm was good, this is another step up on that. This is
This
brilliant, this
is,
record.
yeah, it's better in every department. Bionic Swarm was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's heavier, it flows, the symphonic mic. It's basically like Children of Bodom in space. They've taken that,
Yeah.
Oh wow, sick.
because the way the guitars are played, it's all, that quick shredding and swooping shreds and solos.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like Children of Bodom in space. They've got that sort of tag. It's that sort of thrash sound, but it's done in this way where you're hypnotized by it
Yeah.
because it's so good. There's so much going on, but it's just incredible.
It's a brilliant album, this. Yeah, let us know what you think, Daz, when
You'll like this,
Yeah.
you
Daz.
get
You'll
around
love
to it,
it,
man.
mate.
It
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna write
absolutely
this up.
brilliant. Yeah, so that's Celestial Death by Cryptosis.
Cool. We've had all the C's, haven't we, so far? Fuck
Yeah,
me.
mate, all C's. But now we're on to the D's. Don't worry, Death.
Whee.
We're going back to the USA for the second album from a band called Deliberalize, and this is called The Allure of Deceit, and this came out on the 28th of March on Iron Fortress. Now, this was one you had your little peepers on, Death, for a while, didn't you?
I did. I was very taken back. I mean, Iron Fortress, great label.
Great
And
label.
it was that album artwork was like, oh, that
It
looks
was
all right.
Homie who did the Mutilation Barbecue album cover did
Yes.
this one as well,
Yeah,
didn't he?
the cover stood out, and I thought I like the sound of the name. I like the album title. I'll give it a check, and fuck me, I'm glad I did, man.
So
My God,
they're a father-son band, aren't they?
yes.
Very unusual.
The son plays all the guitars, does vocals, does the bass. The dad does the drums. I mean, it's fucking mad.
It's
That's
nuts, isn't
pretty
it?
cool though, and that's a
It
pretty
is
nice thing
cool. It
to
is cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a nice thing.
So this is essentially, mate, what you're getting is 90s death metal worship, isn't it? Death, pestilence,
Pestilence.
gore guts considered dead,
Yeah. It's
a bit of Suffo in there.
yeah.
Oh,
Um,
dirty.
It's a
pro-
dirty, dirgy atmosphere on it. You know what I mean? The production, it just suits the
mate,
sound of the record. It sounds something from fucking 1992, man.
yeah, it does. Sounds like it was recorded in Morrisound, doesn't it? In early
Exactly what I
90s.
put. Morris Sound era 90s feel. It's exactly what it is, man. It sounds like they were in a basement somewhere and they just fucking played it, man, with
And
like
Scott Burns was there, like
Scott
producing.
Burns was just there, yeah, with like minimal fucking equipment. It's that good. It's so
Your
fucking sick.
our whip money's like done, mate. I'm bankrupt. You're bankrupt now.
Mate, I can't do it, mate. Lent or not, I
Well,
can't
yeah,
do it, mate. If I get
I'm still
excited,
in,
that's
man.
not. I'm like, mate.
Yeah,
If
you've
Jim's
done
still
so
in,
well,
Jim ain't
Jim.
gone yet.
I'm still in.
Oh,
I'm still in.
right.
The next album might end me, but there's a death in the track Vortex of Futility.
Oh God,
There's a
Morbid Angel.
suffocation style riff in the middle of that track
Yes.
that's so
Yeah.
sick, isn't it?
That's definitely that's probably one of my favorite death metal tracks of the year so far.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
Guitar tones are like real Chuck-esque as well, aren't they?
Yes.
But like Scream Bloody Gore, Leprosy, that early death.
Very early when they were heavy
Yeah,
death.
yeah, that's what it gave me those
Yeah,
vibes,
yeah.
man. And the bass has got that like proper chunky 90s like sound,
man.
isn't it? It's like
It's so
you
sick.
know the early 90s death metal bass tone. That's what's on this record, isn't it?
Oh, mate. And you got Nathan as well. He's got that real Chuck tone about his voice as well.
Yeah, he definitely has.
And I think at time when he does like the screeches, there's a little bit of like Phil Anselmo in there. What I got, it's a little bit, you know, I was sort of thinking I recognised that sort of sound. But yeah, phenomenal, man. I mean, just everything about the album is just. I love albums like this. No, it hasn't been on my radar. I do it on a whim, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, really, really well structured, really well crafted death metal songs.
If you like that early, heavy 90s death metal, I can't see how you won't like this.
Yeah, agree, mate. That's The Allure of Deceit and Deliberalize are the name of the band. Right, okay, this is the one that might end me, lads.
I don't know, mate. I believe in you.
Come on, I can do this. We're staying in the USA for the debut album from Doomsday called Never Known Peace.
God.
28th of March on Creative Destructor. Highly anticipated debut from one of the most exciting new thrash bands about. I'm not even going to pigeonhole them with like crossover thrash. I just think they're one of the best thrash bands about, like fully channeling their Bay Area love on this record. And like for me, from the two demos, I feel like they've leaned heavily into the thrash element of their sound on this record.
Yeah, kind of have to if you're from the Bay.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah.
Man, everything you want, man, is like present and correct on here to the highest stand. You got killer riffs, you got whammy bar dives, you got killer solos, gang vocals, insanely tight drumming, breakdowns.
Wah-wahs.
What's your verbatim? What's your favorite?
Sorry, mate, you just froze there for a sec. What'd you say?
What's your favorite mosh call on this album?
I can't. It's on the track Killing Fields, and he says, "Taste my blade, you melon farmer," and it goes into a.
Or does it taste my leg?
You melon farmer.
I knew you were going to try and catch me out with that one. I was prepared, mate. I was like the Channel 4 edit of films. You remember back,
That was a Channel 4 edit.
Growing up,
no, I hated those edits. They were horrible, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Daz.
We know each other too well.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I knew you were going to try and get me.
I absolutely wasn't expecting that, though. That was amazing.
But like, I love this record the first couple of times I listened to it, but the chat we had with the boys about the writing of this record and just like Ryan going into his songwriting approach and all that, it's taken my appreciation of this to a whole other level, mate.
It always does, though, doesn't it? When you're really into an album, and then we get the blessed opportunity to kind of chat to the artist, and it just reaffirms your love for the album, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
when
mate.
you've got someone who knows what they want the album to sound like Ryan, you know what I mean? A dive bomb king, man. He knew exactly how this album should have sounded, and fucking hell, man, it matched. It matched it. He just, like Jim, some of the questions you sort of asked him, which we won't give away.
Well, it's already out there.
That, yeah,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
kind of in the
It's
past now.
Yeah, we're
in
in
the
the past,
future
but in
now.
the
We're in the
future.
future,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 Basically, it was like adding, dive bombs to certain parts, and was he writing it in the style of, I'll do this bit, and then this bit will have this sick breakdown, and it's exactly basically what he said. He said that's exactly how he wrote this album, and it makes sense. I mean, when you hear it, like, okay, after this bit, there's going to be a fucking bass drop, or it's going to go into a 4/4, or it's going to go into a mad solo, and it does, and there's nothing
Everything you
better,
want it to
mate.
do next, it does. That's what blows my mind about it.
Yes.
Like this honestly is up there for me with the best thrash albums of the last decade.
I wanna touch on the vocalist. Like the vocalist
Oh,
is
Charlie.
Charlie. It's fucking sensational.
Yeah,
Like
he is, mate.
he does so much stuff like with his voice, like um the sort of like the range and the variety that he dishes out
Yeah,
just keeps it really fresh as well. I think like there's no monotony going on there.
High
I know.
octane music with a high octane vocalist.
Yeah,
Perfect match, isn't it?
like he mentioned like obviously Tardy from Obituary as as an influence.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a bit like that actually.
Yep, he's got that death metal
At
side.
times.
That high register death, we mentioned it, didn't we? That high register 80s like Bobby Blitz Zetro
Yeah.
like glint, but then he's got like that classic crossover thrash,
A hardcore sort
like
of flavored
hardcore flavour
stomp
to
in
his
it. Yeah.
vocals as well. It's a sensational vocal performance on here, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh God.
yeah. Big time. Big time.
Um,
Very unique as well. Like he doesn't sound like anybody else.
No.
no, because he's got different
Yeah.
ranges to his voice, man. The songs we've already mentioned, songs. Ryan is a master songwriter. Like
I mean, we spoke about like Extinction's hymn, didn't we? I mean, that sounds like it could be an intro on Injustice for All.
yeah.
It's just an instrumental.
Good.
I mean, yeah, Pain Dweller is like a B-side of a power trip track.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, mate. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So good, man. The production as well, recorded, mixed, mastered by Zach Oren at Sharkbite Studios. Like he's in Darkness Everywhere. He did the
Yeah.
Darkness Everywhere, so I've got a t-shirt on.
And we
Tight
love
in.
Yeah,
that.
they sent it to us.
Yeah, they did. Top
So,
man.
cheers for that.
He's produced Suffocation, Machine Head,
Bloody hell.
amongst others. So this thing sounds as tight and crisp and mighty as you like, man. It's such a great
Nice.
sounding record.
Yeah.
And then they end it on one of the hardest thrash tracks ever, man. Balls to do that, mate. And I mentioned that to them, mate. It's their Damage Inc. moment.
Yes.
They have a fucking barnstorming finish. Is exactly what I want from it. I don't want it to fade out. I don't want to, to slow down. I want it to stop, like battery sort of end.
Yeah, just cut dead.
Like that, bang, beautiful, gone,
See you
done.
later.
Yeah, get your 5 of Doomsday.
Incredible, man. God just mentioned Spencer Davey. The artwork on here is
The artwork's amazing.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
It's so sick, man, and it just gives the album that little bit extra, doesn't it? Because it's such a striking image. But this is the stuff we love, man. It's such a killer record. Like if you like Power Trip, Enforced, Metallica, Slayer,
Any
Iron
hardcore
Age,
band.
all these, like, don't miss this record. I think this is one, like I said, one of the best thrash albums of the last.
I agree. I think we all agree.
Easy.
Mate.
And couldn't be more stoked for them as well, because they keep posting their Spotify numbers, I think, and like all their general streaming numbers. I think the album's like surpassed 40k listens like within
Already,
like no time at all. So
yeah. And they're
Yeah,
the
they'll
nicest
be
dudes
huge.
there as well, aren't they?
they're going to be huge.
They
mate.
are. They're so likable. It's unbelievable. I mean, we only spoke with Ryan and Charlie, but I can imagine the other guys.
the others are going to be the same.
It's absolutely sound, mate. So yeah, I'm so happy. I think we're all glad that this album is just done the rounds, mate. And I think we're going to see it in a lot of lists, man. At the end.
Oh
of
yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah, agreed, mate. Doomsday, Never Known Peace, brilliant record. Right, we're staying in the USA. Bloody hell, we're staying in the USA for like 5 records. So the next one is the second album from Gates to Hell. This is called Death Comes to All. This came out on the 21st of March on Nuclear Blast. So major label debut. Another debut snapped up by a massive label off the back of like one album. This wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think they were always destined to be, weren't they?
Yeah. I mean, it was odd, a bit odd because obviously Scott sent me sort of a nice package the other day. It came through the post yesterday, and I just thought, you know, the world of death metal really needs to tip their hat to Scott, you know,
Oh
because the
yeah,
amount of bands that guy has given a start to,
yeah.
and they've been poached instantly off of the back of like very little material onto major labels is incredible, and that just sort of propels them into worldwide audiences, doesn't it? Like, you know, straight from the underground instantly onto a major label.
Yeah,
So yeah, shout out Scott, like really, to be honest.
yeah. Big shout out, Holmes. Like
And I
done.
like that this is on a major label and it sounds heavy as. I mean, they haven't tinged it down.
Oh
Oh,
no, no,
On
no.
production
nuclear,
wise, this is
this
amazing.
this is like if I would have heard this, I don't think I'd have had. You could give me 5 guesses. I wouldn't have guessed it would have been on Nuclear Blast. This is like underground heavy sound on a major label, and I fucking love that, man.
Produced by Randy LaBeouf, wasn't it? So like,
Frank, yeah, big Frank.
That's Shear's brother,
it's it might be, mate. Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf.
Frank's cousin.
Like, it's the guitars are crisp and he's got that
Oh
nice low
God.
end with a hefty bass. The drums crack. And this is like again lean and tight, 10 songs, just over 20 minutes.
21 minutes,
Yeah,
yeah.
20.
No messing
Brilliant.
about, mate.
Yeah, it's a real fun listen, isn't it? Like, it's
Yeah.
just one of those albums you can just keep pushing play on,
Yeah, playback ability in it does. That's what
just
it's got.
smash your hand up to it and that, whatever you
It's
fancy, really.
it's got to me, Daz, am I right in thinking this has got a little bit of like OG deathcore to it, like Despised Icon and early All Shall
Yeah,
Perish and that sort of like those
Like the
breakdowns and
heavier
stuff.
end of that.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
heavier, proper OG
heavier
stuff,
end.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's difficult to sort of like, is this a fucking deathcore record? I mean, it probably is almost
In
there, you
parts,
know.
mate, in
It's
parts.
you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
in part. I got
There's
quite a bit of Sanguisugabog as well in
there's
parts.
a
That
lot of
sort of
hardcore in
style.
here as
Yeah,
well.
there is.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of like two-stepping riffs and mosh parts and
yeah.
stuff like that. But like, it's a great blend.
Got that slamming death metal again,
Oh, let's
suffocation
get some
Yeah,
slams
yeah.
in there,
vibes in
mate.
places, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Grave,
um,
immolation, yeah.
but there's so many bands like Gates to Hell, Sentence to Die,
Mm,
you know, who are doing this really cool, like just get in, get out, punch to the face records, and
Yeah.
mm.
it's when it's so refreshing when you just want to chuck something on fun for 20 odd minutes. Like
Yeah.
this has been the one, and it shout out to Ryan Story, he's a hell of a vocal range, man. From them like deep
Yeah.
gutturals through to those high
I got
shrieks.
I got some like Brian Garris, Not Loose,
Yeah, when
in
he
his
goes
sound.
high,
When he goes high, very Garris like, man.
yeah,
Did you saw him live, Jim, with me, didn't you? Did they support Cruelty?
yeah, in Brighton, yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking sick.
That was sick, man. He's a great front man as well, and he like proper
Yeah, yeah.
energy about him.
Yeah, just like stalking the stage like a rabid animal, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also like if you like pinch harmonics, Seth and Eli are your
God,
guys, man.
yes. God, yes.
They fit so many riffing styles into this record. Like there's so many different styles of riffs.
They're dialed in,
20
innit?
minutes.
They're
Yeah,
dialed
just
in,
like
man.
no messing about, mate.
20-minute record.
And then talking about
Ideal, innit?
Garris, you got fucking Trey Garris on drums, isn't it, brother?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what a drumming performance on
Mate,
this as well, man.
tight as anything, mate. That ping
Yeah.
is what I want
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
death battle. That snap.
It's
I
well
think we-
Moorish, isn't it?
Oh, mate,
Yeah, it really
beautiful,
is.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Really is. The less is more approach just really makes it such a punch
Yeah,
to
it
the
does,
mush that you can just spin
Do
over
you
and
know what?
over.
I actually think that that's like a really admirable thing because like they obviously are aware of their like kind of like I suppose with the sort of style that they're playing, like their own limitations with that.
Yep.
Like because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
no one can cope, like you can't cope with double that.
No,
A
you don't want a
40-minute
40-minute
album of
record
that,
of
like
that.
that is
No,
I
no.
think even we
check
couldn't
out.
cope. I think even we couldn't cope with double
It's
that.
a lot.
You
It's a
can't.
lot. It's a lot.
You want
you know?
enough to wet the beak,
Yeah,
maybe a
Yep.
touch more.
and then get out.
That's it. Get out, and then we're like, this is fucking sick. I want more, but I'm
And
happy to
that's
wait.
what they're
Exactly.
doing,
This
and
is yeah,
that's why they're so good.
exactly, mate.
You know,
Exactly. Yeah,
because
yeah.
any band that was kind of like less experienced would probably be like, oh, you know, we could do another 10 minutes to this, like no problem. But
Just drag out exactly,
it
and then
does drag it
have your
out.
fillers in it. This is no
Yeah.
fillers, man.
No,
Yeah.
no fillers.
No
Back to
fillers,
front.
all killers.
Oh,
Yeah, I knew
proper
you
killers,
guys
mate.
should.
Yeah, Death Comes to All from Gates to Hell. Really, really cool record. All right, okay. The second album then, next up, Death.
Oh my
One of
goodness
our
me,
favourites of the
mate.
month, boy.
Oh my god, mate, I
It
love
is
it.
the second album from Ingrown. It's called Idaho, and this came out on the 7th of March on Closed Casket Activities. So this is Death. Hardcore power violence, crossover thrash. What? Crossover, isn't it? It's so good, this
We
record.
said before when we first heard this album, it's one of those hard, it's bordering death metal because
Yep.
it's that fucking heavy. It's,
Yep.
I mean, Bullet, what an opening track. I mean, that just sets the tone for the 18 minutes, 18
18-minute record. Yeah.
fucking of the most violent minutes you will endure on a hardcore album. Well, until you get to the last track, but we'll come
Yeah,
to that.
we'll save that.
But yeah, I mean, oh god, honestly, I can't get enough of this
This is
album, mate.
brilliant, this. And Dev, you were saying about death metal. You've even got a guest spot from Ross Dolan from Immolation on Hellbound, which
my God.
sounds
I mean,
so
I,
sick,
I,
mate.
I feel like a bit of a tit now because I haven't done this album either.
Oh, Daz,
really
you
haven't.
are gonna
Daz,
love
forgot.
it.
I
forgot
would
about
bet
it, dude.
my house
Yeah,
it'll be capital letters, mate. That's all I'm saying.
you are
Oh,
gonna
I'm doing it.
love
I'm
this,
doing it as
mate.
soon as we come off air.
It
That's the
is
first thing.
this is sensational, mate. Honestly.
Dev, the track Enemy sounds like Prime Nails.
Yes.
Oh my God,
It's
say no
that
more.
mate, it's
that good.
ridiculous. Yeah.
And then there's that the track Dead has got that two-step riff in the middle. Whenever that bit comes in, I'm just like, oh my God.
And Your Fault has got that stick and like gang chanted chorus, man. It's just like, and it's different paces. That track is just up and down with the pace. It's like 4/4 2-step, and you're just thinking, oh my god, the track's only like 2 minutes long, but it's so much happening. That's the good thing about this. They're short tracks,
Yep.
but they don't stick to one beat. There's about 3 or 4 different riffs coming in. There's so much stuff happening. What
Yeah.
they do, man. I mean, oh my goodness me.
When they drop them mosh parts, Steph, like you involuntarily start swinging elbows. You can't
Mate, I
help
was
it. Like,
laughing.
it just
Mate, I was laughing because I was just like, it's ridiculous. How can this be a fucking hardcore album? It's honestly, it's ridiculous.
these tracks are going to be a danger to life when they're played live. I'm telling
My
you.
God,
Like,
I mean that album cover as well. That is the sick. I mean, I
So
keep
hard, isn't
laughing.
it?
It automatically thought Bruce Spring was it Made in America? Bruce Springsteen. You know, and he's just standing there.
Born
you
in
know
the
what I mean?
USA.
It's Born in USA. That's it. And
Yeah.
it's like there with the belt. You know what I
We've
mean?
just zoomed
But
in
this
on
one's got the gun in there. You know what I mean? It's just a bit of I thought, it's real good. And you sort of thinking it's not making sense. The album cover. It's a proper piss take. But then you get to that last track, and it's something like fucking rawhide, isn't it?
Like you will never ever guess how the last song of this record is going to go. Like it closes out with like an outlaw country Irish
It's like a
folk
90.
song.
It's like the
Like the
end of
Pogues
a
or
night
something.
of a 1960s cowboy black and white fucking Clint Eastwood show or something.
I know, and it's got like that Irish folk vibe to it.
Yes,
as well, isn't it?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. It's probably like dancing round a fire.
I would love
Got
to. I'd love to hear them extend that and put some vocals on it somehow.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it just catches you, and you're like, what?
Catches you out, yeah.
Yeah.
I said those
You
first.
probably need it to fucking calm down. You know, they
It's
probably
ju-
just thought we better
Well, you've
put
ju-
like
you've
a
just
sort of
had- you've
folky
just-
song on the end of this because people need to chill out now.
Yeah,
They
you've
need
just
to
had
relax,
Ross Dolan and Hellbound on. Come on,
because
And
I
then-
did the first album, and it was kind of quite nails-ish.
This is a massive step
Oh,
up
they
mate, from the
keep.
debut.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
This
mental.
is huge step up.
But
mate.
but you know, I needed to unwind after listening to the first album, so I probably just thought, well, put a little campfire folk song in.
bruv, you will love
Get
this.
everybody out.
Like
this. I'm telling you now, mate. You ain't heard the last of this from me.
they recorded with
I'll now.
I love it, love it.
they recorded this with Andy Nelson as well, who's worked with Harm's Way, Jesus Peace, did the new
Yeah.
Gridiron record.
Yeah,
Oh, God,
So it sounds like a knee to the temple, this record. Like it's rough, gruff, hefty. You got feedback squeals all over the place,
mate.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
honestly, Daz, I you will fucking be just from the first track. You'll be like, oh my god, and that's not even the best track. That's how fucking sick this album is, mate. Honestly,
That's 18 minutes as well. That's
that's
amazing.
Mate, it's
ridiculous.
one of the funnest records of the year. Like
This
that
is the
18 minutes.
album. I'll give you a clue. I've listened to this album more than any other album this year.
Oh
Bloody
wow,
hell.
man.
Wow.
Mate,
Sick.
honestly, mate, you will listen to it and you'll be like, oh fuck me, I can see why.
Yeah, I'll
Incredible.
bet. Yeah.
It's incredible, mate.
Yeah.
They've really ingrown in me, man.
Wee
Do
do do do
do do do
do
do
do
do.
do. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that is one of the funnest albums of record year so far this year.
Yes.
Idaho from Ingrown. Okay, so we're staying in the USA for this next album then. It's the third album from Nite, and this is called Cult of the Serpent Sun. This came out on the 14th of March on Season of Mist. So Def, like, I've always liked Nite records, right?
Yeah.
But there's never been like that replay factor that's kept me coming back to it.
Until
Till
now.
now, my friend.
I hear you, man.
Mate, this is a fucking. Oh no, I've sworn!
Oh,
no! Oh no!
Just think how bad Jesus is now, mate.
Oh,
Oh
oh
God.
no!
Oh,
Do I have to say like a load of Hail Marys or something?
Yeah,
now?
Hail Marys.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
I don't know how many.
Oh God, I'm disgusted.
I made it so far.
You've
Anyway,
done
this
well,
is a
Jim.
flipping black and heavy metal masterclass, man. Like, if you took trad metal like Priest, Savatage, Maiden, added in some 70s influence from like Thin Lizzy, mixed in a bit of Tribulation,
Yeah.
this is what you get in it.
Oh yeah, man. This is like a collection of classic heavy metal sounds
Yeah.
on
It's
here.
but they're not just aping those bands either. Like they've written 8 absolutely brilliant heavy metal songs here, haven't they?
Oh God, mate. And I mean, there's a few in particular, but one, Crow, Fear the Night, is like an unreleased Ghost track. It's like you imagine hearing that on Ghost's new album or probably the previous album.
But with that like slightly black metal vocal approach, like it's
Oh,
not really black metal, but
it's got more. It's more cavernous. There's more cavernous to it.
yeah, it's got this like that darker cult
A Cole.
feel
It
to it,
suits
hasn't
the
it, mate? Yeah.
style. It suits the style perfect.
Yeah, it really does. Like, and also it's a proper like fun listen as well, isn't it? It's like fist in the air, heavy metal.
But it's like you said at the beginning, it's a more grabbing album. All the
Yeah.
songs have got something that keep you interested straight away. So you're not sort of thinking, oh, this song's all right. Hopefully the next one will be. It's like, oh shit, this is really, really good. And then the next track, it's constantly hitting you with fucking whirlwinds,
From
man.
the first minute, mate, from the first track you press play, like there's just so many brilliant hooks all over this record, choruses, um, really like well produced record as well. And it's really lush sounding, but like with plenty of muscle to it as well.
Yeah, man. It's not super clean production, but
No.
it's just rough enough. There's that
Yeah.
little murk in there that's just suits this sort of scene perfectly.
Oh man, you got them really cool like synths on there as well, on the last blade, which is an absolute banger, isn't it?
Yeah, man. You love your simps.
I love it when they add these like little touches into records where it just
Yes.
elevates the sound, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Loads of really cool soulful guitar solos on this record as well. Like Scott and Van's playing just sounds so timeless, doesn't it? Like it could have come from anywhere from the 80s on.
Yeah, they're a great team, man. Just wonderfully executed guitar play what they do, and that solo on Skull, that
Oh,
dual harmonized Maiden style
yeah, man.
solo. It's just like fucking hell. It's only the second track, and already it's big, man.
Well, dude, like eight songs, 37 minutes. It's so like
Perfect.
lean and
Mean.
just stuffed full of brilliant songs. No filler, no fat, whatsoever is there.
No.
They did a really cool interview with Nate on Big Riff Energy as well. If you haven't seen it, and they go into like songwriting and stuff, it's really interesting. So if you like the record, check that out. But if you haven't checked this record out so far, oh man, this
Very
is my
fun.
favourites of the year so
Real
far.
fun record. Yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Nite, Cult of the Serpent Sun is the record. Right then, boys, we're coming home to England for their next record. The seventh album from Raging Speedhorn called Night Wolf, and this came out on the 7th of March on Spine Farm. UK metal troopers, isn't they, at this point?
Oh, mate, I love this album.
So do I.
In a bit of a way, like, I kind of checked out on them after the first two records, and then kind of the last two records are really good.
They are
You know?
really great, mate.
They're a consistent band, isn't it? They're
Mhm.
consistent.
There's something about Raging Speedhorn with their like really slow and sometimes really fast, like disgusting grooves, mate. Just Jim's always saying like, you need to have a good groove, mate, like
Yeah.
to pull you in, and they just do that
Yeah, man.
to an elite level, man. Like I fucking can't stop listening to this album, mate. And it's fun. It's like tongue in cheek as well. Like it's just such a fun record.
Mate, I love how they've become like this party band over the years, haven't they? Like,
Yeah.
just like so. Look, I saw them at Bloodstock a couple of years ago. It was just like a party, man. It was so cool, and you wouldn't have expected that when you first saw Raging Speedhorn burst through in the.
No, they were quite
No
like,
way.
violent back in the day, weren't they?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were
yeah.
a bit like,
They're sort
fucking
of
hell,
like
mate.
they're
Smash
like the
you up.
sort of beer can sludge band. You know, Missable Bass have got the thrash element.
Yeah,
Rage
yeah.
and Speedhorn what do for sort of sludge and roll.
Mate, the grooves and the riffs on this album are more addictive than Kellogg's Crunchy Nut, mate. That's what I should have called this album, like Crunchy Nut.
Crunchy nut riffs.
And let's be fair as well, like historically, the fact that their core sound is still there is a testament to how great the band is, considering they lost like their iconic frontman, like one of them.
Yeah,
Like, long term.
they've had a lot of lineup changes over the years, but the sound, that core sound, is always there, isn't it? So
Yeah,
it's
they sound better than ever, I think. Like,
oh,
you know,
they sound brilliant on this, man. Like
it's so good.
this is one of their best albums to date so far
Yeah.
into a career as well. I really hope this gets the attention it deserves. Like it's like the audio equivalent of being duffed up down an alleyway, isn't it? This record.
Yeah. Every Night's for Fighting is an absolute anthem, mate. Live, that'll be a monster.
What I put in my
Monster.
notes, this should be played in all rock metal clubs.
Oh
loud.
yeah,
This
that's
is
ideal, mate.
perfect.
Whole album.
Oh god, yeah.
Just like random it up, mate, with a load of other stuff.
Just front to back.
Perfect for night those rock club stuff.
God, mate.
Again, 10 tracks in just over half an hour as well. Like no filler, all killer. Like it just doesn't like from the first track it doesn't drop in quality, does it? Like Buzz Killer is a tune.
Buzz Killer.
The Blood Code is as hard as nails, isn't it? Like it's
I quite like the back end of the album as well is like super good as well, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
Dead Men Can't Dance as well, funny.
Yeah. I really
know.
like Can't Stop and Nightwolf. They've got that sort of down clutch sort of swing to the sound.
yep.
And even
Yeah.
I mean Frank even sounds like Anselmo at times. He's got that latter era Anselmo sort of sound to him. So those sort of, sludgy, more sludge tracks sound really fucking good, man.
Yeah.
They sound like they've been doing them for years. They're like, you know what I mean? They've been doing them for years.
Mate, there's that southern swagger they've got about their songs, isn't it? Like Frank has got one of the best voices in the business, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Yeah.
and
he
that
does.
tag team approach with Daniel Cook it's just as effective as it was with the John, the OG singer. Like it hasn't lost any of that.
They've still got that passion, haven't they?
Yeah.
Which is what you want, yeah.
Produced by Ross Russell as well, so it sounds absolutely killer. This muscular, thick sounding, but loads of clarity on the guitar, so those riffs ring out. Also, one of the best album covers of the year so far. That
Mate,
Team Wolf, like
Team Wolf is fucking brilliant, mate. Yeah. Proper
I just-
80s, mate.
I love that they just don't take themselves that seriously, they're just making like fun tunes that people can just like have a good time with.
yeah, and just smash
Awesome.
a beer to, and
Yeah. Like on
Yeah,
your
and
nut as well.
like we said, that's what we said about, Municipal Waste. They've got this party tag.
Mm.
Rage and Speedhorn are like the UK equivalent of that.
That'd be a good lineup, that would, them two.
God, mate, I'd be
yeah,
sick.
yeah, we'd love to see that.
Yeah,
actually.
Kentish Town Forum in seats, please.
Yeah. In seats.
For us
Yeah.
old men.
With a Pepsi Max, yeah,
We'll,
perfect, mate.
we'll have those hats on with the old beer straws in the mouth.
Oh man, a foam dome.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yes.
Foam dome, mate.
There you go. There's a
Yes.
merch idea. Raging Speedhorn foam domes.
And the
For,
wolf,
Oh,
you know, the wolf hands, like in American football, you know, the fucking foam hands. They've all got
nice.
wolf claws.
Gotta
Oh,
be
mate,
done.
we've just done their next tour, mate. Brilliant.
merch lineup, yeah. But yeah, killer album, like it's so much fun. And like you said, Dad's like I played this loads as well since it came out.
Oh,
It's just so
yeah,
addictive, isn't it?
it is, mate. It is. You
Really
know?
addictive. Yeah, Night Wolf by Raging Speedhorn, absolute cracker if you haven't got on that yet. Right then, next album, we're off to Hungary. Right, I'm gonna try and pronounce the band name. So I think it's Rothadás, I would say.
Yeah, I guess so.
I ain't
Who
pronouncing that
knows?
album name, mate.
Oh
No,
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, don't.
not
Yeah.
on your Nelly.
Yeah. Yeah.
This came out on the 21st of March on Pulverized Records. It's their second album, but thankfully, our buddy Sam, right, Sam, who writes for Razor's Edge, and has got the longest battle jacket in the world, he has roughly translated this to Garden of Thorns, the eternal sense of insult, Ghost Bell.
That is a mad title.
Isn't it?
It's probably been like you know when you translate stuff and it's kind of like the words are in the wrong order.
Yeah, you know, you do like,
There's
you know, remember you
something
used to play
about
as a
that.
kid, you used to do the telephone game.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you'd whisper in each other's ears, wouldn't it? Then you
Bitch
get
on
to
a
the
pension,
end.
suck my dong.
And then Larry David at the end. I like tits.
Yeah, yeah.
But Daz, I remember you were a big fan of their 2021 debut, weren't you?
Yes, yeah, I was, and you know, off the back of that, in a couple of interviews I was reading, they were kind of just like, well, you know, because I think what is one of them in Cryptworm. I
Yes.
think one's in Cryptworm
Yeah.
and the other one's in some other band, and they were kind of just like, well, I don't actually know whether we'll even do a second record, or like if we do, it could be like 3 or 4 years or what have you, because of other commitments. So I was quite surprised to see this come out so quickly, actually.
Yeah, bloody hell. So I mean, it's been four years. They're obviously busy dudes with other bands and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're really young as well, aren't they? Two-piece band, quite a young band. But
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't think you would be able to guess that from the songwriting craft on display on this record.
Well, I think
No
this is
way.
a massive step up from the fucking debut album, mate.
Do
I
you know
think the
what?
debut's quite slow, but this one's quite pacey.
I listened to this earlier, and then after the last track finished, the track from the debut album came on. Like it's night and day, better
Yeah.
produced, better
Yep.
sounding,
Yep.
better written, everything, mate. It's a
Yeah, it's
massive
like
step
quite
up, isn't it?
doomy, funeral doom. The first one, it's very slow, very ploddy. Like did the job with the atmosphere, and this is like prime hooded menace, mate.
Yeah,
Like before Triton a spell.
I think they've like really got that knack of knowing when to switch tempos from like pummeling death metal to atmospheric doom. They've really
Yes.
like balanced that really well on this record.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. There's, as you say, there's definitely more variety in the pacing of the songs, more up tempo riffs. There's some like bolt thrower sprinkles put in for good measure.
Yeah, yep.
There's a lot of stuff going on. The guitars sound gargantuan.
Yeah, they're massive sounding on this, mate. Production
Very
on this
low,
is,
isn't it? They're very low,
Mm,
sort of. Yeah.
but there's loads of clarity on them as well. So
Yeah.
those riffs really ring through.
yeah, the riffs are labyrinthian, mate. Like just fucking crushing your atomic particles.
I can't believe it's a two-piece band as well. Like,
Yeah.
there's loads of like that early 90s peace feel kind of melodic, mournful guitar lines in here as well. Like My Dying Bride, Paradise Lost, kind of when they slow it down.
Like the gothic-y
Yes,
sort
that's
of
a
end.
huge shout. That's a huge shout, mate.
Yeah. It's Tibor, isn't it? The soul guitarist.
Mm,
Yeah, he's got real skill at producing both sides of that coin of their sound. And shout out as well to Lambert, drums and the vocal performance.
crazy.
That has got to be the hardest job to
Talent,
do.
mate, that.
It
Well, I
is
guess as long
talent.
as they're not playing live, it's easy, in it, right? Well, not
Yeah,
easy because I can't fucking play drums, but you know, he'll just do the drums and do vocals separately.
yeah,
But
in the
live would
studio.
be a nightmare.
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess it's if they can. Yeah, if producing that live, isn't it? Like, is
Mm,
the. I wonder, have they played live? I'm not.
I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't seen anything,
Yeah,
but
I'll have to have a
so,
look. Um, the drums sound massive on here as well. Like, them big
yes,
drum fills really hit home because they're produced so well. You get like the from one side of the headphones to the other, like it
yeah, the
sounds
drum
like.
fills are magnificent on here.
Yeah, it sounds really good, man. something I love that I really hope they do more of in the future. In that last track, there's that like Gregorian chanting.
Mate, I've got that in my notes. Exactly the same thing. I knew what you were gonna say.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, yeah, like the chanty vocal part is an incredible addition to this album, and it's a fantastic way to close the record. Like, it's like what we spoke about like a couple of years ago. You know, like you want to throw out at the end of your album some new flavors. You know, so you're kind of like, oh, where's this going? Like a duff moment from EastEnders. You
yeah.
know,
It is,
yeah, and
isn't
you're
it?
kind of
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
shit, like, what's going on here? Like, what could be coming next?
I wonder if, yeah, it'd be interesting though. Like you said, if they, they didn't, that this was a quick turnaround from the debut after reading. I wonder if it will be the same length of time again, or if they'll build on the momentum now of this record, and it will take, it'll only be a couple of years
Yeah, well,
until
to
the
be
next
honest with you,
one.
Jim, I didn't actually realize there's 4 years in between. It's quite a long time. It just feels
Yeah,
like only yesterday that like
yeah, yeah,
the debut came out. I just thought like 2 years ago.
yeah.
But
Because I
like
looked at it earlier. Yeah, 2021, mate.
yeah, fuck me, time bloody goes, doesn't it, mate?
Oh, it flies
Jesus
by.
Christ, dude.
Flies by, pal. But yeah, I'd love a little bit more of that chanting
Yes, yeah, yeah,
in the next.
100%.
Not overdoing it because I think it is cool that it drops on the last, but it'd be
Mm.
cool just to litter it in.
Yeah, I think the next one's going to be quite a special album.
Yeah, if they make this step up again to the next record, then flipping hell.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't get enough of this, lads. Like, I won't lie, mate.
yeah, you've
I've
been.
played this album a lot.
Nah,
I
mate.
really
This
like this
out
album.
of the three of us, if I was to pick, I would tag an album to someone. This would be your.
This is a
Oh,
Daz
Yeah,
cheers,
album.
this is
mate. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a
like
Daz
me.
album.
Like the Night album is a Me and Death album.
Yeah,
This one is a
yeah.
Daz album.
Yeah. I mean, I think the only band this year that will top this as a Def Team record is probably going to be Hooded Menace.
Yeah, that's
If
coming
they
this year,
drop
isn't it?
something, yeah,
I
I think
think.
it's meant to be due this year.
Oh, the
And
Temple
that,
of Void album's coming too, mate. So
oh,
could be a
Temple of
bloody
Void
hell.
will have something to say there, mate.
could be a big old bust
Yeah.
up when it comes to the
Yeah.
Death Doom.
Yeah, it could have a fatal freeway.
Could be, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last man standing. But yeah, really impressive record from another young band.
Yeah.
Like the genre's in safe hands, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, we're safe.
Yeah, so that's Rothadás with the unpronounceable record. Um, right, the next record, we're off to Germany. It's the fourth album from Scalpture, and this is called Landkrieg, and it came out on the 7th of March, Testimony Records. Um, Now, we were big fans of 2022's Feldwarts, and you were a big fan, Daz, before that, weren't you? Going back
Yeah,
to,
I picked up the first album a long time ago.
yeah,
But
this is
I,
another evolution in their sound, man. I think this is their best album to date.
I haven't done this yet. Like you were both like, do it, Daz.
Oh,
Do it,
my.
Daz.
This
It's
is.
on the list. I'm
You're
gonna
making
do
me
it.
want to change my t-shirt, man. I'm that fucking hot. Jesus.
Hold on a minute.
Hang on.
Def,
Hold
where
on
have
a
your
minute.
sleeves gone?
I just rolled them up.
Did you?
This is by far the heaviest album they've. This is fucking full throttle, man.
Go on, talk to me, lads.
This is brilliant, mate. This, like, it's death metal. There's something Scalpture do so well. It's got so much emotion to it. Like, they're so great at adding in those mournful melodies that, like, really drive home the subject matter of their records. Because they're all like war based, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very storytelling, isn't it? What they
Yeah, yeah.
do, it sort of gets you instantly.
They had so much atmosphere, don't they, to their records, man. I think a lot of that is down to like Thorsten on the vocals, man, is an absolute powerhouse, isn't he? Such command and like emotion in his vocals.
Yeah,
Like,
and I think that's what sells it as well. I think you've got with this sort of type of death metal, I think you've got to have that emotional content that he delivers, and he delivers it in a big fucking way, man.
God, man. I reckon that Dev, if I think if you're a fan of Gatecreeper, then this is a band you'll definitely want to check out.
What he's very similar vocals to Chase.
Yeah, it's
What
got
I picked it. He's got that.
like
tone
from the
in
center
it.
of the gut
Yeah,
power,
yeah.
hasn't he? Like,
but
Center
yeah,
of the
this is
earth.
definitely
Yeah.
your more Gatecreeper type album, probably like a heavier end.
because they've got those like big pummeling grooves, haven't they? Those like tank like grooves that
It is
that
fucking tank,
Gatecreeper
man.
have.
Yeah,
Oh God, I'm gonna have to
but
do this
they
after the bloody
Oh,
pod now.
it's
but the
brilliant.
good
This.
but they still
Right.
add those little twists and turns as well
Yes,
in the
yes,
tracks.
they do, mate. Yeah. A feature of their music, which is really cool, which has always been there, is that prominent bass work. Like
Oh,
it
mate,
gives their sound such a dimension.
mate, Nicholas, in it.
Yeah,
3 tracks I picked up: Till Jarrett Undergang, Of Siege and Besieged, and Hell's Choir Chant. It just demonstrate how much of good of a bass player he is, and
yeah,
how much that bass commands the songs. It's
yeah.
incredible.
Is it fretless, Steph? It does sound it in places, doesn't it?
I When
That
I was looking at
boom,
reviews,
boom.
I saw nothing about
No,
fretless,
nor did I.
so I'm presuming not. But it's fucking sounds. It
It's hard
sounds
to
it.
tell now, like these days. Like
Yeah,
this,
it must be the
it's
way he
really kind of
plays.
It must be,
difficult.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I never saw anyone pick up on anything. Because I was thinking, shit, have they gone fretless? But it's incredible how they deliver that sound on that.
Yeah, mate. Like Marco Brinkman who produced this, it's such a great sound, very natural sounding. The guitars are massive, them drums really punch, don't they? It's such a great sounding record. Um, but death metal's all about the riffs, man.
And this has
And
got fucking loads of them.
oh god, like something I love what they do, Death. They really know when to pull back and
Yeah,
have that more like sparse atmospheric approach, and
yeah.
then you'll get these cool little like guitar lines and licks, and there's some really like off kilter lead work as
I
well. The track
love the off kill.
Wallenstein is
Yeah,
there.
yes.
It's
And
got
they sometimes the tones they go into sort of mellow death
yeah, yeah,
at times. It sort of leans in there. So, like you said, it shows that they can mix it up, bring it back when they need to, change up the patterns, change up the sort of the pace.
oh mate, it's a
But
masterclass record. This isn't it of structuring and pacing
I
and
love this band, mate. That last
yeah,
album that they did, Feldvarts,
really
was
got me that.
it really got me because it was like fucking hell. This is an album you can really get into, and it had the playback ability. But this is just heavier, riffier, but still that sort of atmospheric. It's
Yeah,
still that storytelling delivery. It's just, yeah, what a band, man. They're just
yeah,
getting better and better, this band.
better and better, mate. I just have to shout my highlight on here. It's called Denmarker, which is an absolute
Yeah.
rager, man. With a riff so sick, you you won't be able to resist fucking headbanging to, man. It's so good. But yeah, killer record that not seen enough chat about, unfortunately. So get on this if it's passed you by. It's brilliant. Scalpture, Land Creek. Right then, back to the USA, lads. Oh, yes.
Oh, there's the
It's the
clue.
third album from Spiritworld called Hell Dorado. This came out on the 21st of March on Century Media. Their follow up to Death Western, which the band blew up since that release, man. Spiritworld is like a big deal now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had something I love on this that they've done is they haven't just done Death Western 2. Like they've really leaned harder into that Wild West country vibe on this musically, and it's a much more varied record than Death Western.
Yeah, this kind of blew me away. Like it was like what you said. This album is definitely one, like probably number one most unique album I've heard this year.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there's nothing else that sounds like them, is it? No.
No, and they do it so well, like the campfire sort of cowboy western, like whatever you'd call that, bluegrassy kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, they do, man. Like that opener, like Abilene Grime, like when it came out as a single, because I heard it and I was like, that's different. And then I was like, right, I'm not listening to it again. I'm not listening to any more singles until this album comes out. It's got like that crossover thrash with like honky tonk like mixed into it. It shouldn't
Mm,
work, but
it does.
my God, does it work?
Yeah.
I was pretty much expecting Buford Mad Dog Tannen to appear on this track from Back to the Future Part 3. That's how Wild West they've gone on this, man. Fuck
Buford
me.
core.
Buford, yeah.
That's Prayer Lips, isn't it? Prayer Lips is the campfire ballad. It even has
Yes.
saxophone in it as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
That is a
Um,
beautiful little acoustic number, that, isn't it?
yeah, it is. And but you got the transition from that into fucking Waiting on the Reaper, mate, which is like full throttle dive bomb molly whopper, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like the transition is pretty fucking ballsy, isn't it?
Mate, when this album goes, my lord, does this album go?
Oh
Like
my
Western
God.
Stars and the Apocalypse, Stigmata Scars is like
Stigmata
Oh,
Scars.
Metallica
That is
Slayer.
proper hard. Yeah, it's like hardcore Slayer, mate. It's fucking sick.
Oh my God. It shouldn't work, but it does. Like, do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people saying that they don't like the fact that they've gone in different places on this, and I'm just like, man, you're saying this on the day the album came out. Just
The
let
thing,
it breathe
the
and
thing with
Yeah,
literally
that's
Spirit,
the
the
problem.
thing
feel
with
it. And
Spirit World is the next album will not sound like this.
nah,
They will go in a different direction again. They will keep mixing it up. You will not get this Wild West
I can understand
sound.
why people were a bit shocked,
yeah,
but you
I
know,
I,
but
I can,
it's
but you don't
you've got
don't
to give
write an
stuff
album
time
off.
to breathe, innit?
Yeah, you don't write an
Like you
album
say,
off after one listen, do you? Like,
nah, it's not cricket, mate.
one of my favorite songs in here, "Bird Song of Death," is like a beautiful, like social distortion misfit mix with Misfits, like folky, road weary sing along with the
Yeah,
whoa, like those bits in there. It's an absolute stunner of a track, that man. Then Oblivion with like Homie from Black Braid on it
mate, that's
Well,
on
solo.
the other
do you
end of the
remember,
scale.
do you remember when I was saying like, oh man, like hopefully like Wayfarer and Black Braid should do like a collaboration or something, you know, because it'd be like the cowboys and the Native
Yeah,
Americans
yeah. Well,
crossing
here it
over, but
is.
like Spirit World just busted it out, so and it's fucking wicked.
It's brilliant, that track, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh God.
I,
Mate.
I've listened to this album loads, man. It's been the one I've just thrown on when I'm just,
Yeah.
oh, what should I listen to? 28 minutes, Spirit World.
Oh mate, I bet they're so good live, man. I'd love to see him at like Blooders or something
I
in the tent.
I cannot imagine for a second that won't happen next year.
Yeah, I
No, I
reckon.
think that they'll be there.
I think there'll be a Bloodstock next year, mate. Yes, that Stu Folsom is just becoming one of the most unique songwriters and visionaries in heavy music. And like you said, there, it'll be fascinating to see where they go next, isn't it?
Well, I know that it's a trilogy of books, isn't it? He's
Yes.
writing. So is this the first one
No, this is
of the
the
book?
end.
This is
This
the
is the
end.
end.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
So
it's
it's
finished.
he's created a trilogy as good as the Dollars trilogy from Clint Eastwood. You know what I mean? End of the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
yeah, man.
What am I? You know, like
It's so funny because I remember like reading some absolute guff on social media about some fucking guy. Some guy was like, "Oh man, like there's just no like songwrite. There's just no story to this. Like there's no, you know, narrative." And I'm like, mate,
it's
it's
the
the
fucking
fucking
book.
third bit of a book. Like, I mean, what are you talking about, brother?
I
That's
You know what I
literally,
mean?
that's
that's what I
It's
why.
mean, mate.
like
I was
fucking
like,
hell,
well, I
mate.
can't read any more of this.
Yeah, but
Oh
that again,
God.
you know, I stick to my. That's why I think the Wild West scene is done because that's the end. I think the next album is going to be very, very interesting where they go.
Ooh.
Do you reckon they might do Back to the Future like the band, where they
Oh
just
my
sort of time
God,
travel
imagine
into
that.
like another
Oh, mate,
another
I'd fucking
place?
love it, mate. Yeah,
Mate, I would love that.
I
Uh,
would fucking love that, mate.
Spirit World in Space, man, on the next
Oh God,
record. Be
mate.
like,
Oh,
what's
go
going on
on, do
here?
Yeah,
it.
keeping the core sound, but like introducing like, you know, spacey synths and stuff.
Oh, that'd be sick, mate.
Stu, if you're listening,
You
mate.
listen, yeah, do it, mate.
We've got a shout out as well. Another killer piece of artwork from our buddy James Balsamar.
Oh
Just
yeah,
It
mate.
sums up the album perfectly, isn't it? That
yeah,
artwork.
yeah, he's just a master
But
of his
yeah,
trade, and he James
he
like
is. He is probably one of my
incredible cover.
favorite artists easily.
Yeah, same man.
Fucking hell,
Um,
don't know how he does it.
yeah, absolute killer record, man. Eldorado from Spirit World. Get on that if you haven't already. Right, okay, staying in the USA then. Are we staying in the USA for the rest of it? I think we might be.
Ooh.
This is the second album from Throne called That Who Sat Upon Him Was Death, and this came out, not you, Death, like Death.
Yeah,
I'm sitting on a
Death
throne, all
just
right.
sat.
Don't worry.
This came out the 21st of March on Redefining Darkness. So this is a follow-up to 2021's excellent Pestilent Dawn. This is a pummeling blend of Hate Eternal, Immolation, Suffocation, mixed with the black metal attack of like Belphegor and Dark Funeral.
Mm,
Um, Again, as we mentioned a couple of times, bands just knowing the right length of an album, 8 tracks, just over 30 minutes. Like, if you like thick, beefy, palm muted riffs, pinched harmonics, then this is your new favorite album, because every track has got some mad, like, chunky riffs, loads of pinch harmonics. Steph, I know you love a pinch harmonic, bruv,
I
and
love a
there's
pinch harmonic.
tons of them on here. Yes, Nathan and Tim on a guitar is just crunching them strings so hard on this, like, and there's loads of cool lead work as well on here, which, again, in death metal for me, lead work is like so important, I think, in a lot of records,
But
because
it's got to keep you interested, isn't it? It's got to do something to you. You know what I
it's
mean?
got to give you different flavors, mate, isn't it?
Exactly.
And yeah, there's, again, we mentioned it with Scalpture earlier. There's some really cool, like, somber melodic guitar lines in here as well, just used to enhance the, it's really pitch black, dark atmosphere this record's got to it, like, from the, from Belfort Gore, Dark Funeral, that influence. Um, it's, and Nathan, I just mentioned him a second ago, but he's also in Jesus Wept, on vocals, and his vocals on here, man, are so powerful. He's got real great range when he
Mm.
like proper hits them center of the earth like gutturals, but then he can switch to like a Trevor style high at the flick
Yeah.
of a switch.
Talented guy, man.
Yeah, really, really great range. God, I hope there's that Jesus Wept album coming soon.
Oh God, yeah. Because
I know it's been ages, isn't it, since
I
that
got room in
EP?
me 40 for it. Come on, man.
I'm desperate for that now, man. And yeah, again, another great production job on here. Really muscular, full of heft, this record. Yeah, like I said, if you like Hate Eternal, Suffocation, emo, but mixed with a little bit of black metal, then this album is
We all
definitely,
do.
yeah, of course we do. Why wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
I mean, look, I need to go back to this really because, like, on the day that this dropped, there was a lot of stuff, including Spiritworld, I think that was quite,
Hmm.
new and fresh. And I kind of like put this on. I was like, "Fuck me!" It's just like Hate Eternal, just you know. So I kind of didn't really give it the time it deserved. So I
Yeah,
loved the first album. I own the first album. I bought it.
mate. Sometimes you just got to be in the mood for an album.
That's
Like,
it. That's it.
the first time I listened to that Rothadás, I was like, probably no, won't ever listen to this again. Like, I just wasn't in the mood,
Yeah,
but I just wasn't
yeah.
in the
That's
mood
it.
for it.
That's
And
it, mate.
then when you go back to things when you are in the mood for it, so that's what is best to do. Instead of just going straight on Twitter and go, this is a load of shit. Like, how
Yeah,
about like just thinking, I'll go back to that another time and just see if it grows on me. And
absolutely.
so yeah, like,
Yeah.
but really cool album though, man. Throne.
Added this up for afterwards as well. I'm gonna
I
read
think,
you
mate, when
this.
you're in the mood for a bit more death metal, I think
Yeah,
this will,
it's really intense, isn't it? Like, it's
yeah.
really, really
It
intense, like
is.
tear your face off kind of
But
stuff.
then there's some really cool moments of like atmosphere and where it slows down a little bit. And so, yeah,
Well
really cool,
excited.
man. That Who Sat Upon Him Was Death by Throne is the record. Right then, yeah, we are staying in the USA. Yeah, seventh album from Warbringer called Wrath and Ruin. This came out on the 14th of March on Napalm Records. Now, let me tell you, lads, I feel like a right Rodney Plonker for letting this band pass me by to this point, because
I thought you might have done.
I have
I was
not
a bit
stopped.
shocked
I know, mate. I've
because I
checked them
thought
out
this was a
before.
band that you would have been well involved with.
Well,
Like,
it should have been.
well,
Like, it
it's
should
always
have
there
been.
when you need it. That's what we always say. Music's there waiting for you
This
when
is
you're
it,
ready.
mate. Yeah.
And now you've got like a lovely old back catalogue to dive into.
And have I been doing that, my friend?
Have
Have
you?
I
Have
just?
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking solid, dude.
I
This
think
has been on regular rotation.
the album before when it came out, the year we started with
Yeah,
2020, when it
it was,
Weapons
Yes,
yeah.
it
of
was.
Tomorrow, wasn't it?
Weapons of Tomorrow, yeah.
It
And I
was,
mean,
mate.
it was good, but I think having that 5 year gap, I think has changed this band, man.
Oh
Mm.
Because
man.
this is leagues above Weapons of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a lot more it's definitely a lot more vicious and it's a lot more focused, I think.
Yes,
It's more
perfect
know?
words,
varied
mate.
too, I think, as well. Like,
Yes,
Yeah.
there's hints of like mellow death in here, hints of black metal in places
yeah,
as well,
yeah.
which
Mm.
you wouldn't expect from a thrash band. But honestly, the second I put this on and the sword and the cross came in, I was like,
Yes.
oh
That's an
my
insane
What a
opener.
God.
fucking opening! That's one of the best
Yeah.
opening tracks of the year by far.
Yeah, yeah.
Easily, yeah. That is an unbelievable track.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
unbelievable, mate. It's got that like high command, fantasy
Yes.
like kind of
yeah,
feel to it.
Axe fucking welding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
swords
yeah,
in the
yeah,
air,
yeah,
mate, and it
yeah.
like
yeah.
I hear you, man.
John Cavill's vocals just sound absolutely ravid on there.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh,
you know,
yeah, mate. He's
I
got
mean,
so much power in he to his voice.
yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
I think for a lot of like those thrash bands that the reinvention of thrash when these bands sort of came back, I think he is one of the most powerful, gritty vocalists out of all of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, but this album's got so many memorable tracks that are just more than like initial impact. Like, so you know, sometimes you listen to a record and like you lose your mind about it, and
Mm.
then 3 or 4 listens in, you're like, maybe I went a bit too early on this. Like, and sometimes albums lose their impact, don't they? But
yeah.
this one, mate, this has just kept me coming back again and again and again. Um, Adam and Chase, man, on them guitars, they've got like a whole artillery tank full of like razor sharp riffs, and
They just keep firing them out, innit?
yeah,
They
mate,
just keep firing them out. I mean, the jackhammer's probably got a whole tank full of riffs of his own.
Jackhammer
The
is the tune,
jackhammer,
mate, for
I
me.
fucking love that track.
Oh my god,
There's
dude.
always one chaotic track on an
Oh,
album in it, and the jackhammer halfway through, it's just like
it's so good, man.
fucking
mate,
so good.
there's also like Cage of Air was like a bit of an ear pricker because I was
Yeah,
just like, wow, this is like progressive Opeth.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
with
And it,
that's the one with the black metal like feel,
That's
slight
it.
feel to it
yeah,
in places, hasn't it? Like you don't see
yeah, and
that
it keep
coming, that track.
no, and it keeps the album like really fresh, like and
Hmm.
enjoyable. Like, you know, you just don't.
It's not the
They've got
same tones over and over again, and
No,
they've got
it's
some strings to their
they
bows,
have,
mate.
mate.
It's
And like I
about
said,
time they sort of pulled them out. To be fair, because what is this album 7?
7, yeah.
7.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you can't keep fucking knocking out thrash albums, can you? I mean, I suppose you can if you're Testament and stuff, but
Like I said, I think
that's nice.
that 5 year gap, mate, I think has done
I,
wonders, mate,
I
because
love it when bands like this do like put in stuff like that.
they've just rejuvenated themselves,
Yeah, it's
but
just rejuvenation, mate.
and done a great fucking album, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they've also got one of the best drummers around in Carlos Cruz,
Oh God,
who's
mate,
also in
superb.
Nails. Like,
Yeah, I mean, fuck me.
Def, one of our we talk about the love of the ride symbol. He's got that same love of the ride symbol
Yeah,
we have, and when he's just
mate,
like that little ding 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 ding, ding, that little tinkly ride symbol, but man, it's one of my favorite
so
things in
good.
music.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
man,
love it.
so good.
And Mark Lewis again showing why he's one of the best producers in the business because everything on there just sounds
Oh,
mighty.
it sounds sensational.
yeah. It is a great record, and I don't think the Jester race nod can be ignored. Like, I mean, it's a bit of a bold move because the parallels are, you know, right there in your face, and you're kind of a bit like, oh, but they've backed it up with
Yeah,
the music quality that is on the record, you know.
Yeah,
yeah, I love it, mate. And we're going
definitely,
to see
mate.
them
That's good.
twice in a few months. Incineration next month, and then Bloodstock as well. Like,
Like, they'll be,
Beautiful.
yeah, they're, yeah. I mean, come on.
so excited now to see these boys. Yeah, Wrath and Ruin by Warbringer. One of my very, very favourite albums of the year so far. This I absolutely
Mm.
love it. All right, then, boys. 2 albums left, and we're staying in the USA, so we can just unpack our suitcases now, can't we? We can get
Yeah,
settle in. We're not moving anywhere. Um, the 6th album from the Warriors is the next one. Burn Yourself Alive. This came out on the 28th of March on Pure Noise Records. Daz, I feel like the Warriors are quite underrated when it comes to hardcore.
yeah, I agree, mate. They don't seem to have kind of been too like in the forefront of the scene,
Yeah.
really, which is kind of weird because their shows are always like massively packed out and stuff. But
Do you think
Do
it's
you?
probably not helped by the huge gaps between albums, is it?
yeah, I was going to say, I'm just having a quick look. So it's 2025. The last one was 2019.
Yeah, and then look at the one
All the
before that.
emergent. I mean, but another thing as well. Look how
Uh,
many hardcore bands come out. I mean, Daz is quite big in the hardcore scene, but it just seems like I'd never heard of this band. 6 albums in, never heard of them.
That's what I mean, Def. Like, that's what I
that's
mean.
it.
They're
There's
underrated.
so
Like,
many bands that come out, and it's just I think especially in the hardcore scene, I think you just get fucking lost with it.
Well, mate,
And they've
they
just been unlucky.
Yeah.
there's the album Genuine Sense of Outrage that came out. I think it was 20.
2007.
That's even got Lemmy guesting on that one.
Oh my God, I'm
Like,
going to do that. I'm adding that.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, I do think like the massive gap between albums probably hasn't helped, but like they first came to my attention when so the vocalist Marshall Lichtenwald, I think it's how pronounced. He's on Deep Blue
Oh
for
shit.
Parkway Drive. He features on Hollow, and he's got such a sick fucking tone to his voice, so instantly recognizable. And so I was like, I love that dude's voice. What band is he in? So saw he's in the Warriors, so that's when I like went and checked them
Oh
out. And
shit.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
shit.
He's got Winston McCall on one of their songs from Monomyth, The Painful Truth.
yeah, yeah. They're like
So having a little
mutual
switched up. Yeah.
fans of each other. But mate, the opening track on here, Warriors Wrecking Crew, it's such a sick way to
What an
open a
opener.
record, isn't it?
Great, mate.
Yeah, it's just it's another example of a band that have come back like reinvigorated. Like, this album's just like balls out of the bathwater, isn't it?
Yeah, proper like hard hitting old school hardcore meets metallic hardcore with loads of bounce. Like the band themselves cite everyone from like Refused to Sick of It All as influences, and you can sort of hear shades of everything in between that in their sound as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they got Foreign Pain, they got Todd Jones from Nails in.
Yeah, that's hard.
Hard.
Hard track.
And they got like the Illage people
What a
on
name.
Drowning.
That is the best
That's
name ever,
that
isn't
is the
it?
best name. I Drowning.
Illage
Drowning is my
people.
favorite. That's my favorite track on the album. Drowning. Love that
Yeah.
track.
It's got a bit of a biohazard swagger
Yeah.
to it, that definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah,
I
I
think,
like
Yeah.
how they mix things up in the 11 tracks.
yeah,
It's not just foot to the floor fucking hardcores, but it's very well done.
You
it's
kind
the
of have to now, though, don't you? Like, it's like
yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying
yeah.
with Combust. Like, you have to
Hardcore, it's got a
bring.
real nice, yeah. It's hardcore now is sort of opened up in it into this,
Yeah, it's not just
as
like.
in like another genre aside. Like what Turnstile are doing,
Yeah,
sort of
mate, the
thing. It's
Yes.
still
genre
the heart
wars
of
are
it.
like,
It's moving out into this,
yeah,
whether it's metallic or it's so I like what they do, and I like what I heard on here.
it's really good, mate. The track Perfidia has got it's like a real like emotional kind of like
Yeah,
sing along anthem, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
And then there's the track you had, Song of the Day, Teeth, is a proper rager, isn't
Oh
it?
my God, Teeth.
Teeth,
Yeah, that is
teeth
a.
is nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a vicious tune. That
I really like the
you know.
production on here as well. Hefty guitar tones, the bass, really like rumbling bass track, bass man, and really cool, like nice full drum tones as well. So it's
Yeah.
quite a big sounding record, this. But I think everything you need from hardcore is in this record. Like
Yes.
Yeah,
if you're a fan of hardcore, man,
You will
don't
like this album.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't miss out on the Warriors. Burn Yourself Alive is the record, really, really sick. Right then, last album, taking us home in this mammoth March madness is the ninth album from Whitechapel, Hymns in Dissonance. This came out on the 7th of March on Metal Blade. So we loved The Valley and Kin, right?
But yes.
Hmm.
So the first time I heard this, like I was like, oh, there's nothing to grasp onto. I'm like, there's no obviously the clean vocal hooks have gone. I was a little bit like, oh, there's nothing to sort of grasp onto here. The more I've listened to this man, the more like nuances and subtleties and layers have unfurled, and now this is yet another killer Whitechapel
I
record.
agree with you 100%. It's
Yep.
like they've gone back to new era of corruption sound, but done it better.
Yeah, and they've still integrated bits from the last two
It's
records
still there. They're
musically.
still there. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
musically.
I was panicking about this because I just
Yeah,
thought,
yeah.
no cleans. I just thought, shit. I thought, I'm not a massive fan of deathcore, but what Whitechapel done on those last two albums was so
Yeah,
good, and
yeah.
I just thought I don't know if I can. But there was hints here, they went back to their old logo on this album, and then that was making me think, well, maybe listen to it, and it's just back to their roots,
Do you
and
know
their
what though,
roots are
Death? Like you said, I don't think any of us are like deathcore fans, but I don't think this is
It's nowhere. It's
deathcore.
not death.
Like
It's
it's
not. No.
when I think of it, you know that like monotonous breakdown after
Yeah.
breakdown. Like there's very little of them on here, and when a breakdown does hit, it actually sounds effective because there isn't 10 of them per song. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like we'd spoke about Phil's like clean vocals, and he is just an elite tier vocalist, isn't he? It's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I haven't. Again, this is another record I haven't spent that much time with. I've run it through probably once and a bit, and I was upset about the fact that there was no clean vocals on here because
Mate,
I think
once
he's so good at doing it.
I
You know,
know, once you
um,
get
it,
past that, mate,
yeah,
like
I'll add this again as well.
it's a
I
brilliant
mean,
record.
I mean,
This,
on I mean, he hasn't got the cleans, but he turns into Jonathan Davis on a few
I,
fucking on the title track at least, mate. He goes fucking
I
something
mean,
else, man.
he's definitely one of you know, he's always been one of my favorite vocalists in
yeah,
the scene. I mean, this album sonically is the heaviest thing I've heard this year, and I don't think you'll hear anything heavier.
mate, this is like sledgehammer dense, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
Yeah, proper like fuck me,
monstrous sounding.
monstrous.
Like listen to the start of Diabolic Slumber, and it'll probably cave your skull in. Like,
Mm.
but
Does feel like that, doesn't it? Like caves like crashing in on top of your head. Like he's just so like when you see him live, like the ground below you is just like opening
yeah,
up.
yeah.
You know.
I
But
mean,
there's not to say there's not melody in it though, because the melody
Mm.
comes through the guitars. There's
Yeah.
really like there is a lot of melody on here, and
yes.
it all comes from the guitar work. A lot of light and shade and stuff on here.
Well, that's what you say. They're like masters of their craft now. Like, although I was kind of a bit like, like you know, why would you decide to go back 15 years and kind of retread ground that you've already kind of perfected in a lot of way with This Is Exile and the somatic defilement? But as you guys said, like they've come on in leaps and bounds as musicians over the years, and they've added in these new dimensions
They've
to
done it better,
that
mate.
sort of style, which is great.
Yeah,
Actually, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
And I think the clues about this album was in the album title
Mm,
because it's hymns are melodious and harmonious. Dissonance is the opposite of melody and harmony. Dissonance represents evil. So the tracks on the record are the hymns, which represent the seven deadly sins, beginning from track 3 to track 10. So it makes sense
yeah,
that they had to go to do this record. There couldn't be no cleans on this sort of record. I don't think it would have worked.
yeah,
They had to lock in to this evil side of Whitechapel. And for me, they fucking knocked it out the park,
yeah.
mate.
It's
Sensational album, man.
brilliant. Phil said as well, he was like, at some point in your life, you get called back to your roots, like the music that
Yeah,
shaped you. He was like death metal, black metal, and like that extreme metal. And he was like, that calling is now. He was like, this, I got that calling to go back to my roots, and this, and that's why he did this. And
I
man,
think
I just,
they done a fucking great job on it. I love
yeah,
this album. I love this
so
album.
do I, Def. I did it again last night, and I
Mate,
was
I
just like, oh
honestly, mate,
God,
it's just. I mean, we talk about openers as well. I mean, Prisoner 666 is just a knock your block off
hard as nails.
fucking opener, man. Yeah, I mean, Jesus, yeah.
And there's really cool lead work from our buddy Ben as well on here.
Oh,
Like solos, you don't get solos in bog standard deathcore, do you? Like, you know, it's this like the one in Hate Cult Ritual with the wah wah pedal is
God, mate.
like man.
And you got Brandon on drums. He only joined the band last year. He takes no prisoners, man. I mean,
Killer drumsticks,
Jesus
mate.
Christ.
Goodness
Yeah,
me. Like Whitechapel moving forward while returning to their roots. That ain't an easy thing to do, man. But they've
brilliant.
smashed the
Only they can
assignment.
do it, mate. Yeah, I'm so happy they've fucking done that, mate. What a band.
Mate, this is a real example of listen to an album a few times and
Yes.
just let it
Breathe.
organically grow.
Yeah.
And this is a
Yeah.
brilliant, brilliant record. This,
Yes, mate.
yeah, that's what I mean. I've got to do that too.
And do you know what, Daz? I reckon you'll love this, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same, mate. I'll be very surprised if you
as
didn't,
well.
mate.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's just sometimes there's just too much stuff, and as you say, you got to let it breathe in. Yeah, an album of the year lists are constantly evolving. I've
Always evolving.
been thinking about that the other day, and I was just like, oh fucking hell! Like if I did like last year's list, it would be a bit different now. You know, that's how it works.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I've already got my top 10. I know, mate.
Dude.
Yeah,
It'll be different.
Mate, even like we've been talking about redoing our greatest albums of all time, haven't we? Because over the last 5 years since we last did it, mine might be completely different now with the way your music tastes changing.
Mine definitely is.
I reckon yours would be the most different.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. 5-year anniversary coming up. That would be a cool thing to read.
Yeah. See how much we've changed. Yeah, compare it to what we had originally.
We've got quite a lot of nice little bits coming up, haven't we, for the old 5-year jobby?
We have indeed, mate. Yeah, so it should be plenty of good times coming. But there we are. Mammoth March Madness done and dusted. I don't know about you boys, but I'm off for a lie down and an Easter egg, to be honest with you. Like,
fuck yeah.
Lie down on an Easter egg. Absolutely.
I nearly did it.
I started my Easter eggs in February. Fucking hell. I can't eat no more. Wow. Yeah,
as soon as them cream eggs hit the shelves, mate.
That's it. Game over, mate.
That's the green light, isn't it? The checkered flag. I nearly did it. 3 swear words. I nearly did it.
It's okay, man. That's
Sorry,
good.
Baby. Sorry, baby Jesus.
That's not
power of the riffs, isn't it?
It's progress, really. To be fair, you did a whole episode about
half.
I
did half of it. Yeah. So
yeah. Jim was in dissonance.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you just need to do it.
You do, mate. I couldn't help it. It
you just have to, mate.
It just came out, man. But yeah, thanks for everyone for listening to this bumper Mental March roundup show. We got loads of cool stuff happening coming soon, as Daz said. Keep your eyes out. We'll be back soon, but until then, party on, dudes.